Summer vacation season is in full swing. Orlando is America's top tourist destination, according to AAA. It's followed by Honolulu and Anchorage in Alaska. Or you could get creative and go island hopping with Conor Knighton.
It seems to be a little world within itself. When Charles Darwin first wrote about his 1835 visit to the Galapagos Islands, most of the world had never heard of this place. They would. 2 decades later, after Darwin referenced the wonders he saw here in his groundbreaking On the Origin of Species, this small chain of islands off the coast of Ecuador would be forever associated with his theory of evolution. But it took another century for the Galapagos to begin to evolve into a tourist destination. Darwin didn't exactly sell it. He described the marine iguana, only found here, as an imp of darkness, a hideous-looking creature, stupid and sluggish in its movements. But today, it's a bucket list photo op. The first wave of shutterbugs came just 51 years ago, brought by Swedish entrepreneur Lars-Erik Lindblad.
When I think back on him, I just miss him all the time because he was clairvoyant. He was so far ahead of his time. People have asked me, how many times have you been to the Galapagos? About 50 times.
Sven Lindblad's father, who died in 1994, is considered one of the fathers of ecotourism and expedition cruising.
In essence, a ship's no more than a means of transport. But there are ships and ships. It's what you see on the way that makes the difference.
His ships brought the first organized tour groups to Antarctica, to Easter Island, and in 1967, to the Galapagos. An explorer at heart, Lindblad mostly wanted to see these places for himself.
He thought about becoming a missionary, but he wasn't religious, so that was a bit of a problem. And then he decided to get in the travel industry, primarily as a vehicle to explore the world.
Lars-Erik built his business by taking adventurous vacationers to exotic destinations they'd never really considered before.
With the temperature just right, in your own luxurious cabin.
In doing so, he tapped into a lucrative niche: cruises for people who don't like cruises.
Have you ever done a traditional cruise?
No, once.
And never again?
I always say we did it twice, the first time and the last time. No.
Bunny Fortier has taken 8 trips with the company, which Sven runs today. There are no casinos or karaoke on these boats.
Charles Darwin was 31 years old.
Instead, naturalists give daily presentations.
Cruising, I think, is inward-looking. It's about the ship. Expedition cruising, it's really about the outside. It's what's outside of the ship.
Expedition cruising is one of the fastest growing sectors in the cruise business. Visitors are paying many thousands of dollars to sail to places that still feel wild and pristine.
None of the animals seem to care at all that we're right up next to them, and they just keep doing their thing.
Of course, it's a business model that only works if these places stay pristine. Today, more than 220,000 visitors travel to the Galapagos each year. The national park has had to step in, strictly regulating how frequently each cruise company can visit each site.
When's the soonest you can come back to this place again?
In 14 days.
Oh, so you have to stagger it.
You have to stagger it.
Sven says he welcomes the restrictions.
Nobody is going to do business in a degraded world, of any kind, you know? We're not going to do business on a dead planet.
Sven's father knew that from day one. Lars-Erik paid the salaries of the first 2 Galapagos National Park rangers. It was an investment in the future, a hope that the same wonders that Darwin saw would still be there for future generations of explorers to enjoy.
Adios!
Adios!